Hello, readers. Um, this is a different kind of vlog. Also, say hi to Marty. Yes, I'm 29 and I still sleep with a stuffed animal, but by the sounds of it, most of you do too. It has been a horrible, horrible weekend. Today is Monday. I've called into work and said that I'm just not coming in this week. I was supposed to be out Wednesday through Friday anyways, and I have an appointment tomorrow for a blood test, so I'm going to be missing part of tomorrow anyways. So it's like, might as well just not come in for this whole week. But I am getting a hysterectomy in a couple of days, and I was hoping I could last just a couple more days. But no. My period happened. My uterus knows what's up, and she's getting revenge. Sweet, sweet revenge before she gets popped out. I have never been a particularly crampy person, and then I got my tubal in October of 2021, and the following January, February-ish, which is also around the same time that I found out my mom was sick, I started getting really severe cramps for about 48 hours every month. And for a while I was wondering, like, is it the stress of finding out that my mom's sick, or is it like a fallout from the tubal? I don't know, but here we are. I'm getting a hysterectomy on Wednesday. I am very excited for it, especially now. Yesterday was Sunday. I experienced the worst pain that I've been in so far. I was downing hydrocodones, I was taking weed, I took my husband's muscle relaxers, which finally did the trick, and slept for almost all of yesterday. It's not as bad today, it's still there, but this I can handle with 2 Midol every couple of hours, which is more than I should be taking, but gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, thought I would go ahead and do a vlog, show you guys what's going on, see if you have any questions about getting a hysterectomy. Not gonna apologize for how I look today, because it's just where I'm at right now. It is the next day. I just got my blood drawn. Having a hard time emotionally. It's been 3 days since I started my period, and I have not stopped having period cramps, which is amazing. It's finally gone down a little bit, so I am drivable because I haven't had muscle relaxers for the last 8 hours. So excited to yeet the uterus tomorrow, but I also just, you know, my mom's I'm also having some mixed feelings emotionally. Like, I've been fine this whole time, and today I just keep thinking about my mom, and she had a hysterectomy last year at this time, and I'm adopted, so there is no biological reason to think that anything's wrong, that I'm gonna have cancer. But, you know, it's bringing up emotions, and I'm trying to deal with that. But yeah, got my blood test, having surgery tomorrow. Can't wait for this whole thing to finally be over. I am reading some books, so maybe I'll talk about that, and that'll cheer me up a little bit. I finally got back on NetGalley, which I'm sitting at a 67%, which is better than I thought it was, so I'm going to work on that. I've got 2 books through them. Devil's Woods, which it looks like it was actually released a couple of years ago. Not loving it. The author is going back and forth between 3 topics, just kind of meandering instead of integrating them. Like, the guy has a crush on his brother's girlfriend, and the guy's dad has disappeared, and he's writing a book, and I don't know. It's not really focusing in on any one thing. And then I also got early access to Fever House, which looks really interesting. All I know is that it's about a severed hand. I
made it about 60% of the way through the Stranger in a Strange Land audiobook. So if you've been here for a couple of videos, you know that Stranger in a Strange Land was on my physical TBR, and I was trying to get through that. And at this point, I looked it up, and the ending is so weird. And I've read endings like that before, but with this book already being as sexist as it is, and the ending not really feeling related to the book, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to bother finishing it. And I am someone who's not upset by spoilers. I spoil stuff for myself all the time, so that's fine. And then finishing up Assassin of Reality, which is the second book in the Vita Nostra series. As much as I would love to make a book review about that series, I don't think I could tell you anything about it because I don't know what it's about. So those are the ones that I'm working on. I feel a little bit better, so that's good. I am at home just hanging out in my car, but yeah, wish me luck for tomorrow. The one person I want to talk to, you know, isn't here, so I'm talking to you guys because I air my traumas out for the world to see because it makes me feel better. So yeah, but I will see you guys probably after surgery. Fingers crossed. Say good morning, Dimitri. Good morning, everybody. Hi, ignore my hair. I have not slept, like, at all. It is the morning after surgery. I am incredibly uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say I'm in pain. Whenever they go into your abdomen, and don't quote me on any of this, I am not a doctor, but when they go into your abdomen, they, like, blow air in to make sure that they can see what they're doing, and that can cause like bloating and stuff, obviously. And then there's something about messing with the diaphragm a bit, which means that there's going to be some shoulder pain. So my lower back and my shoulder are incredibly uncomfortable. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm in pain. I'm taking my drugs, which I don't know that they're actually going to have an effect, considering that it's mostly pain from air. But I think if I can get through today, I'm gonna be fine. And even as uncomfortable as I am today, I am still not as uncomfortable as I was with my menstrual cramps on Sunday. So that's always positive. Yes, hello. You're a good kitty. I am currently finishing up The Ghost Tree by Christina Henry. This is my second Christina Henry book. I don't like it as much as Near the Bone, but The Ghost Tree is also way more young adult, but it's still an interesting enough story. Yeah, that's kind of it for my reading right now. I think I'm actually going to spend today drawing on my iPad and looking at tutorials and stuff. That'll be a nice low-key thing. As much as I would love to binge watch movies and TV, I don't know that my brain's really there to concentrate on any of that. So like, I don't want to miss something good. But anyways, that is the update. If you're all right with it, if you want to stick around, I can show you kind of what I've got going on. Of course, I've got my Planned Parenthood shirt. This is where they went in. Just 3 little band-aids to cover up the holes that they made, which was, I have not been looking forward to the hole in the belly button, because whenever I had my tubal a year and a half ago, the belly button feels so weird. So weird afterwards. Could not have anyone touch my tummy for months. It's like, ugh. Yeah, but pretty simple procedure. Pop everything out from down below. I am officially done with periods and done with menstrual cramps, and I am so excited. I will, I don't know, maybe do another update in a couple of days, maybe one that's a little more book focused. Good afternoon, everybody. I finally feel human for the first time in like a week. It's Friday, it's been 2 days since my surgery. It's been a horrible 2 days of cramping and constipation, and the air that they put into my body was making me feel bloated, and I have just been so uncomfortable. And then finally got a bunch of that under control last night. Laxatives are your best friend after surgery. And then I was starting to be able to feel all of the other stuff that was going on. And basically it feels like I still have a speculum inside of me, which, if you've had a speculum inside of you, is not something that you want to feel constantly. I will save you the description that I got from the doctor of the kind of speculum that they use, because I don't want to think about it anymore. But I am feeling a little bit better. That feeling is kind of easing off, which is nice. We were hoping to have dinner with friends tonight. I told my husband maybe, we'll have to see how I feel. But I think I'm gonna be able to do dinner tonight. Like, I am sitting down. I'm not laying down and I'm not standing up right now. I am actually sitting and not feeling incredibly uncomfortable, so that's a good sign. But yeah, it's also really nice out today, so I got to put on like a light, flowy dress because I'm not going to be wearing any heavy pants for a while, because that is not a great feeling on the waistline. Yeah, I've been feeling like shit since Sunday because of menstrual cramps and surgery and post-surgery, so it is so good to finally start feeling like a person again. Oh, I finished The Ghost Tree, just to talk about books a little bit. It's fine. I didn't like the ending. The ending was really lackluster, but it's also a young adult, so I'm like, whatever. It was fine, and I finished it. We're good. I do have Apollo, or The Apollo Murders, I think it's called, on Libby. Emily from Books with Emily Fox talked about it, and it sounds really interesting. It is like a sci-fi murder mystery written by an author who is actually an astronaut, and I think that is fascinating. I don't know if I'm gonna get around to starting it because my brain is really like, sometimes I can't even concentrate on TV. Like, I haven't really been watching that many TV shows. You'd think I would just be binging TV and movies in my post-op downtime, but I just cannot concentrate, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the update. So I'll probably do one last one in a couple of days just to kind of finish this off. So see you guys in the next clip. Alright everybody, last clip of this hysterectomy vlog, and it's good timing because I actually have some news. So, most hospitals, I'm assuming these days, have the patient portal option now, and I went to a different hospital than I typically go to, but I'm like, might as well have the patient portal so I have access to the information that I got at this other hospital in case I ever come to this hospital again. And they posted they call it my final diagnosis. I didn't go in for a diagnostic procedure, but I was dealing with some pain, so they're gonna tell me what's up. Also, my voice sounds really weird to me. I feel like it's been off since the surgery, which I'm assuming they put a tube down my throat for breathing and stuff. I don't know. But that could explain why I sound funny. Anyways, distraction. On to the final diagnosis. So, fun fact, my uterus weighed 120.3 grams, which apparently the average is in between 80 and 200, so that's fine. Benign cervix. Cool, I never thought I had issues with my cervix, so it's good to know I don't have issues with my cervix. Inactive endometrium, negative for atypical hyperplasia. I didn't look up any of that because it sounded like everything was fine. Endometrium, I think is the lining of the uterus. Again, I didn't look this up. Myometrium, which is like similar to the uterine lining, with focal adenomyosis. So I'm like, well, that's something that has something, so we should look that up. So this explains, let me find my picture. This explains why I've been experiencing so much pain, I think. I still have to talk with my doctor about it, which I have an appointment in 6 weeks with her to go through all the post-op stuff and like if my uterus was weird, stuff like that. Because my periods were fine, all of that, but I've never really had menstrual cramps. And then since my tubal, I've been experiencing some really bad menstrual cramps, which it looks like a possible side effect of getting the tubal, the bilateral salpingectomy, apparently its official name, is the possibility of some menstrual cramps. Again, I mean, there's not really a lot of research on connections with different uterine issues because who cares about women and women's health? But anyways, I really cannot stay on track. Myometrium with focal adenomyosis is what this says. Myometrium is the smooth muscle tissue of the uterus. And focal adenomyosis, it's like that sounds like some sort of diagnosis thing that I should probably be aware of. Adenomyosis occurs when tissue from the lining of your uterus grows into your uterine wall. It can cause your uterus to double or triple in size, which as far as I can tell, it sounds like my uterus size was fine. Symptoms include heavy periods. I was heavy for like the first day or two, but that's not really abnormal. Periods come in all different sizes. Cramping, which I definitely experienced, especially starting my period a couple of days before my surgery. That is the worst cramping I've ever had. I thought I would have to go to the ER, like, could not function, awful. And painful sex, which I haven't been experiencing. So it's just the cramping, but it could explain the cramping. It's typically treated with medication or surgery, which at this point, I've tried hydrocodone, I have tried weed, I was on my husband's muscle relaxers for 3 days. Like, I think we were, not an issue now, we were beyond the point of pills being the answer. And looking it up, I think from what I've found so far, there was 2 surgical options. One was a hysterectomy, which I have had, and the other was, it's like taking out some of the lining or something. And the picture that accompanies adenomyosis, I'll pop it up here, does not look comfy. So yeah, that could explain why I was experiencing pain. It makes me even happier with my decision. Look, honestly, I have not been super happy with my hysterectomy decision for the last couple of days because post-surgery is just a super uncomfortable experience. But now that I'm starting to feel better, I'm starting to feel more human, the bloating and the cramping are pretty much done, I knew I would end up feeling better about it once I got to feeling a little more normal. So I'm feeling very good about my decision. If you had any questions, by all means, let me know down below. I can answer your comments, or if there are enough questions, I might just make a separate video. We'll see. But that's going to be it for me for this little vlog. So please like, subscribe, be my friend on social media. I will see all of you in my next video. Bye, friends.